break or need me to stop. Alright, so in this video we are going to assemble this toggle clamp, and then we're going to do the presentation, which is basically an exploded view like you see up here. It's the second video for this one, and then we're going to animate it, which basically shows it moving. Okay, so to start out with, the first thing you're going to need is an assembly. So you go to new, just pick it to assembly. Hopefully you're in the same project as you were before, and it should automatically save correctly. If it doesn't, just make sure you save on your U drive. So the first thing you want to do is save, and I'm going to save it as this toggle clamp 2021. Next thing you want to do is bring in the main part that has most pieces attached to it, which is the base, and this one is actually called the base, so we're going to place that in. You got to bring that one in by itself. It's telling me that it's not in the right project because I've moved from a different file. So when you place this one, you want to right click on the first one and place grounded origin, only the first one, and then hit escape so you don't place anymore. When you place the rest of them, you can just basically pick them all by holding down the control key at the same time. So I'll hold down the control key and pick all the parts. I don't think that's part of it. I already picked the base, so I don't want to pick that again. It should be all of them. I hit open. It's telling me it's not the inactive project because I pulled them out of the different file. You shouldn't get that, hopefully. Drop them in just once and hit escape. If there's anything like this one that you don't want to see like that playing on, just double click on it. It'll open over here in the browser, and you can right click and hide anything that you don't want to see. And return to the assembly after you've done that. Later on you can save it when you save them all. So that is the handle. There's an open sketch in there I want to hide. Turn visibility off, and I don't have to look at all that stuff. These other ones aren't that big, so I'm not too worried about them. Try save one more time. Just all okay. Okay, so this, you just want to put it together like you normally would take something apart. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this pin in. So I want to constrain it, pick the edge of it so I get a nice center line like that. Pick this other cylinder so I get a nice center line. This one's going the wrong direction. That should be on the inside here. It's on the, not on the inside. So I need to flip it. The pin needs to be flipped. I'm going to hit that and it'll flip it. Hit apply. And that one's done. I can't, it's jammed in something, so I'm going to cancel it and move it around so I have better access to it. To try to tilt it how I want it. Like that by moving my mouse around. That's close enough. I'll put this pin in next, so constrain. And pick on that cylinder. And pick on this cylinder. And it's backwards again because I can't see the head of it, I don't think. It's definitely backwards, so flip it. Hit apply. It does have a distance away from it. That does not go in and out, or shouldn't, it just turns. So I'm going to lock it down. So on that face, I'm going to pick like right here on that face there. And I'll set it to about a ½ inch. It's not specific how bit far, so I'm just going to set it at ½ inch, pick that one. And I put a distance of 0.5. Hit OK. Cross hit apply. You can probably move on to another one. And probably the next thing to do is put this handle on there. Make sure you put it on there in the correct direction. So once again, cylinder and cylinder. Got to click on the cylinder. And it didn't flip it, it's correct. So I'm going to leave it like it is. It's on the wrong face, but that's okay. Right now it doesn't matter so much. I can move that. Hit apply. And then I'll pick this face and lock it to this face. And apply. Now that one's in. Probably the links would be next, or the links. There's one of them. Probably have to bring another one of them in because there's two of the same ones. So I'll pick this cylinder and that cylinder, apply. Now I'm getting all messed up there, so I'm going to drag some things around so I can get access to them a little bit better. Escape a few times, drag that out a little ways. You got to remember where it's at. So there we go. And the rest of them are probably okay for now. And then I'm going to go back to constrain and do this cylinder here. And this one. Apply. And the dig knot, like it's I'm edit it. Okay, edit. So sometimes you have to twist it so it's closer. There might be an error in it. Looks like I made a mistake. I should have put that first one in. So what you do is if that part's selected, you can see it over here in the browser. It's blue. So I'm going to expand it. And that mate is the one I did wrong. So right click on it and delete it. Okay, let's do it again. Constrain. Should put it one more over. So that one should have went over to here. Apply. And then this one should be to this. Apply. Okay, there, that's better. It's starting to work already, right? Now we need to move that out and get it to that face. So constrain this face. It's basically when you're constraining stuff, it's whatever's touching. Apply. And that would be on the same faces. This is opposite faces like we've been in so far. Okay, so now we're locking cylinders together and locking faces together basically. There is one mirrored on the other side, so I'm going to bring in another link. You could theoretically mirror it, but it wouldn't bring its constraints in anyway. You have to reconstrain the whole thing anyways, unless you mirror all three of these parts, which you can't because you only need this one. So I'm going to bring one more of those links in. I notice it's backwards, so you probably might want to do the face first so it flips over. So we do constrain. Just learn that from kind of doing it, that sometimes it's better to do one over the other, so I'm going to do the face first so that it'll flip apart for me. There's see how it flipped it. Apply. And this is cylinder. Make sure you get the cylinder, the center line, apply. Cylinder, center line, apply. Okay, so now I have all of them. So now we just got pins left. Those are pretty easy. So, short pin. So we've got, I have two short pins here and a long pin. What's this? That's a bolt of some sort. I think I have that. So let's do this one first, I guess. So this one, that face to that face, apply, escape and drag it so it's in a better spot. Strain again, zoom way in to get this face to the bottom of that one. There, apply. Okay. Once again, it doesn't say how far it's on there. It really should be all the way on there. So if you could reach the end of I'm just going to slide it, have it sit on there 2 inches, and that'll be good enough. Okay. So let's see, how do I do that? Strain, that center line. There was a center point showing up, now it's not showing up. There it is. So that to, let's see if it'll let me do this, to that face. And I'm going to tell it a -2 inches. Yeah, that's on there. It's not sticking out. That looks about right. Maybe 2.5. There, that looks really good. So we apply. Some of those weren't specified, so you gotta use your best judgment. Now we should have a long pin and short pin put in. And that looks like the short pin, that looks like the long pin, and this would be the short one right there. So let's do the short one first. Cylinder to cylinder, apply. Doesn't really matter which side it's on. Probably want to be consistent on it though, so it looks right. And then straighten this face. I had to escape to get out of it, and then start it again so I could pull it away and see the faces. So I'm just dragging it with my left mouse button. Now I'm going to use the long pin. I'm going to need 2 of these. I'll bring in another one here in a second. And this needs flipped, so flip it. Apply. Escape, drag it out of there. Straighten the face. Apply. I'll bring in another one. It's a long pin. Bring that one. Pull it to there. Apply. Looks like it is correct direction. Nope, it's not. So I'm going to pick that and I'm going to adjust that constraint so it's down here. It's the last one I did, so it's going to be at the bottom. Expand it. There's a constraint right there, the mate. So I'm going to right click and edit that. And flip it. Hit OK. Okay, now I'm going to drag it where it's more visible so I can actually get on hold of those faces. So I'm holding the shift and middle mouse button to spin it like that. So constrain that face and this face. Okay. Okay, so it's fully constrained now. You can test it, make sure it works. It does. Okay. So we didn't over constrain anything because it's not locked up. If you design something and it was the wrong size, it might not fit. Or if it locks and you probably might put too many constraints on it. I can delete this thing. We're picking it at delete. Probably a good place to save. Yes to all. Okay. Okay, so if we want to animate this before we do the presentation, it basically tells you what you need to do here, okay? Drive. Let's see, you also need to animate the clamp opening and closing by putting an angular constraint between the arm and the base and setting it to angle to 0. Drive the constraint 150 degrees with handle movement. Sometimes you got to play with those numbers a little bit. And then you want to so after you make the angular constraint, you want to right click on the constraint in the browser, pick drive and set it to 0 degrees. Start at 0 and end at 150. Set start to 4 repetitions in the expanded dialog box. Page 220 of your book goes. 222 goes through more. Okay, so let's put that constraint on first of all. That will lock it up when we do that. So between the handle and the base, I'm going to make those 0 angles. So constrain, angular constraint, 2 pieces. There's one line right there, and I need another straight one. That'll probably work right there. And it's set to 0 and it's locked up and apply. Okay, so I just constrained that line to that line with 0 degrees. Okay, now I can open up either one of those parts to see it. So it looks like that was the handle, this is the base. Let's just do it on the base, I guess. It's the base, there's the angular constraint. If I click on it, drive it, expand the dialog box. Start end would be 150 we thought. Might have to be a negative. Tape, and it's going to do start end start. And total movements is 4. increment is 1 degree. That's awful slow, but it's got AVI 10 per second probably. All right, so let's just see if this works now. Do a little play here. And look at that, it works right off the bat. Got lucky. Sometimes it depends on how your angle is. I guess that was 4 total movements back and forth, back and forth. So that's 4. So I've got that done. Now you want to record it. So to record it, I think you just pick record and tell you where to put it. So make sure you put it in the correct place. I'll call it, let's see, animation. Or toggle clamp out. Animations with TA. Animation, animate. I'll probably put a year on it too. 2021. Save. 640 by 480. That's fine. You can make it higher resolution if you want, but it becomes a bigger file. Let's just do 320 by 240 so it doesn't take up too much space. Hit OK. I think you have to hit play. Where to go? And it's recording while it's doing it now, so I think. Okay, so I think that's done. We can double check and see if it shows up here. I don't see it. Let's go to view, details, date. There it is. Open that video up. Nothing. Okay, so evidently I have to hit record again to finish it. Okay, hopefully that's done. Hit record again when it's done. There we go. It's very low resolution. I wouldn't want to send that to a customer, but you kind of get the idea. Okay. All right, so that's animating it. The last part about this is making it into a presentation and then putting it into a drawing and doing your balloons and bill of material. Okay, so presentation. So save this and then go to File, New, Presentation. Okay, it knows we're using that one, so it remembered it, so brought it up. So you have to bring in the file into the presentation. So now I'm in the presentation view. Snapshots, pictures. So all the it's an exploded view. So you want to think about it as if you were taking this apart, how would you do it? So I'd probably pull the handle off first, right? So that's called tweak components. It's pretty user friendly. You pick the component and then you pick these arrows and drag them the direction you want to go. So there's one. Okay. I'll pull that apart and probably hit the check mark, and then this one. The component again, drag that one, hit the check mark, and then hit the component again and pick my object. And probably want to drag both. Well, I'm not ready to pull that apart yet, am I? Escape, try it again. Once I got to do the pins would be next. So I can't take it apart without taking the pins out. So now I'm going to pick that one. I picked the wrong one. So I'm going to hold down the control key and repick it. I think I gotta hold down the shift key and pick it to get rid of it. Yeah, hold down the shift to unpick it, hold down the control key to repick the pins. I've got all 3 pins, grab my arrow, drag them out. I'm surprised they're going in at an angle like that. Drag them straight out. Not where I want to drag them. Let's undo that. try that one again. Tweak components, control. I got the wrong arrow or what, but that's better. Okay. Check mark. Now I can bring this one up. The next one. Check mark and bring that one out. And that one out. And lastly, bring this one out. Probably have to bring them both out. That's fully disassembled. Sure looks right. Looks pretty good like that. Not bad. Check mark. Okay, so now you can capture camera. So okay, so I think I said you had to do a video of it too. So just watch the video here. And it's similar to the other one. Ask you where you want to put it. Do not want to put it there. Okay. And file name, we're going to call it TA exploded view video. Okay, let's see, current storyboard. I'm going to change the resolution to a little lower so it's not so huge of a file, and I hit OK. And then you let it run through its duration. It says it's complete, should be done. Double check it. And okay, here's the exploded video. One. Yep. To make sure it works. With that, make sure it works. So upload both videos. Make sure they're low resolution so they don't take up too much space. Okay. Now you want to basically put all those parts in a drawing. Okay. So to do that, hopefully you've got a template. If you don't have a template, you can use the standard one, whatever it says C size. So new drawing, template, switch the size to plus, right click, edit. Sorry, I got edit sheet, C size, okay. And then you want to bring all that in. So base, which ones to bring it in here? This is how I had the link open, so let's escape here. Shut that link down. Now let's try it again. Base, and it lost it. I had the link open. Okay, so if it doesn't bring it in, what you do is just go get it. Open. Yes. Okay. So I'm trying to get it to look like this, okay? There we go. So we'll bring it to where it's gonna all fit. That's the 3D. So my base one would actually be this one right there, sorry. So that one, and then I can make all my views. 3D view, okay. And we double click on the 3D view and make it more of a solid. Okay, but now we need to bring in the presentation. It's kind of done the same way. Okay, I don't think I saved this one yet, so I'm going to save that file. Save. It's fine. It's an IPM file, so save install. Okay, let's go back and take that whole screen. Okay, there we go. Now I'll bring in that. There we go, good. And the scale should be 1:1 there. I have to move some of my views around so they fit. Okay. Looks like I made that solid as well. Let's move this view around so it fits. Okay, but then you're going to have to bring in, update the bill of material. You go to File, Properties, and you update all the title, your author name. Added text in here. Okay, you don't need center lines or center marks in assembly view, so just add those texts. That's in the annotate right there. For the bill of material, which is right here on, you go to annotate, parts list, and what's the old view to start with. So yeah, that one's fine. Hit OK. Hit OK. Drop it. It should snap there like it did. Get rid of this extra description since we don't have any. Pick on the column chooser. Take description, remove it. Hit OK. OK. That's gone. Put the balloons in there. So the balloons, I usually use the auto balloon. Once again, once you select a view, select the components for window mall, and then I'm going to basically pick select placement. I put them all around like that. Okay, grab them and make them look decent. So you want to carefully adjust them. Don't drag them way out of whack. So they actually make sense and are all over the place. Once you get that done, turn it in. Make sure it looks nice and very professional. Make sure the blues look like they're playing close to where they're supposed to be. Not all the automatic one jumbles them up a lot of times. On a view. And I think that's it.